It's time to see my parents, and the last time I saw them was when I had just come out of hospital and they flew home back down to Victoria. I'm in Sydney, so we're meeting in Mollymook for the weekend. I'm so excited to see them because of course they saw me go through a lot. They were there the whole 6 weeks of my hospital journey, and I'm just, yeah, I can't wait to see them. I'm a bit emotional, so they'll see me in a different state, which is going to be incredible. So let's go see Mum and Dad. This is a tribute and letter to my mum and dad. Dear Mum and Dad, as I sit at the coffee shop in Mollymook, 3 hours from Sydney, after spending the weekend with you, a weekend away just over a month since I last saw you. The last time I dropped you at the airport and you spent weeks after that feeling empty because you'd left me. But leaving me was what was meant to happen. Over those 6 weeks, you did more for me than you can ever imagine. This letter is for you, and this letter is for the parents out there. This is a letter for the older children out there, whether you have to go through an experience like this or not. Thank you for being my parents. Thank you for all the love that you give me. Thank you for all the love that you gave me when I was young. They say the first 7 years of a child's life is critical. They say this time shapes a child for their life. When you give a child unconditional love from the home, they are less likely to develop mental health problems or illnesses when they grow up. But what I found interesting is what I read in the book Love, Medicine and Miracles by Dr. Bernie Siegel. If an author's best source is an unhappy childhood, perhaps a future bestseller will come out of the pain, thus helping others. We can only decide what we do with our pain. That is our only option. For me, these tumours and cancer did not develop from you, my parents. You provided me so much guidance and love. You provided for me, listened to me, and answered those silly questions I always came out with. You were honest with me and empowered me to be whoever I wanted to be, whatever that looked like. You picked me up when I was down, literally when I was too drunk, and even when I was in hospital. And you did it all and do it all without judgment. You were always led by what I wanted and needed. And when I was diagnosed with these tumours, and didn't show concern, you internalized your concern and supported me. Whatever you were feeling at that time, it didn't have any impact on my mental state. Then of course, the hardest 6 weeks we experienced together, and I can only imagine no parent ever wants to go through. What made it so hard for you was being helpless and powerless to do anything. You would come in at 9 a.m. as soon as visiting hours started, and you left when they finished and were back at 4 p.m. for the next sitting. You didn't know what you were going to expect each time you came in. Dad, you would even ask Mum if I'd posted on Instagram, and if I had, you knew I was in a better headspace. It wasn't only the visible illness that you had to battle with, but my mental illness as I suffered while I laid helpless in that hospital bed. All you could go by was what I was telling you, how I was describing how I felt, and what the doctor was saying. And of course, I was going to dramatize the feelings. I couldn't give you reassurance because I wasn't sure in that headspace. So you sat there, and I could only imagine it completely broke your heart. There was no sugarcoating the experience for you, because as children, that's not what we do. We show the rawness. We rely on you to pick up the pieces when we feel like we are falling apart. You helped me shower, even shaved my legs, bought me things whenever I requested those, massaged my feet when I needed it, and gee, Dad even slept in an uncomfortable single bed so that I could have more room once I got out of hospital. You helped me get back to my strength, one day at a time. You cried with me, you laughed with me, and you did everything in your power to make me feel safe and supported. What did I learn from this experience? I learned how much one person can love another. It is that unconditional love that you don't even know until you experience it, or until we breed our own. One thing this experience taught me is what children mean to us, and what they actually mean. A child is that one thing in the world you have that is yours. No material object can ever be owned by us. But the thing with a child is that it's our own creation. Something is truly ours and something that is ours to lose. Seeing how my parents handled seeing me in hospital day in and day out, experiencing the pain they experienced, really taught me what it's like to have something taken away from you that was never truly yours to have. And I can't even begin to imagine those that lose their children. What do I think others can learn from this? To the children of parents, never take them for granted. Imagine how helpless they feel when they watch you in pain, but also try to understand why parents do what they do. Here's a quote from the book Love, Medicine and Miracles. It is only through pain that we change. It can be difficult to see our loved ones hurting but not changing. Our job is to love them. It is their pain that changes them, not our hate. Finding the ability to love requires giving up the fear, anguish and despair that many people nurture. And to the parents, this love doesn't go unnoticed. It might be hard some days, but remember the love you give to your child from right now until they are full-blown adults has impact. We know stress impacts illness. If we can prevent as much stress in the lives of others, and of course as well as yourself, imagine the impact that will have. Empathy, understanding, empowering, faith, trust, love, forgiveness. These are the words we need to embody. What we can all learn is from something that I read in Love, Medicine and Miracles. If we choose the path of love, we save ourselves and the universe. Let us choose love and life. So what do I do now? Before I call my parents, I take a few deep breaths and try and stay grounded. When I spend time with them, I become really present and intentional in the moment. I see the beauty in raising children. I empathize with parents. I empathize with my parents. But still, I truly don't understand what it must have felt like for them to see me in that way. So this was a letter written for my parents, for your parents, for you. And I just want to close off by thanking mine for being so beautiful and so supportive. I love you so much, Mum and Dad.